Hey guys, happy Friday. To those of you who are catching this via the replay, I'm at Altavis Unmuted across social media, and this is our Friday 12 p.m. call. Thank you for catching the replay. Like, subscribe, share it out, but also leave your feedback or questions in the comment section. And if you are in the group, you can also go in the group on Facebook to be able to leave your feedback as well. For those of you in the room, appreciate you guys being in the room where it happens because you always give some great dialogue. We were just talking beforehand about some things that are going on, including a recent webinar for those who are using Pinterest as a platform to be able to share your Amazon affiliate links, what that looks like. And they kind of gave a breakdown for anybody who's already on the platform and looking to add Amazon influencer to their content journey. But all in all, there were a few things that we could take away if you were already in the program. So if ever you catch one of these replays and you're confused about something, the easiest thing to do is to go to the group, tag whoever it is that said something that you want a little clarity on, or you can reach out to them personally. Most times they are connected to this particular replay and you can catch them that way. Or again, you can catch them on Facebook in the actual group. So let's talk about where we are. It's almost the end of February. We've hit the halfway point for the first quarter. So from January 1st, some of you started some new things in your content creation journey. And this is a good time to kind of look and see, we're about 6 weeks in to see, is it working? Has it done good? Am I seeing any positives? I'll give an example, and you guys can give some examples in the comments as well. I went back to live streaming on Amazon. I had not been consistently live streaming on Amazon for like at least a year and a half. Whereas when I first started with the program, I was live streaming just about every day. But we know that there's been a lot of changes when it comes to the live stream platform as a whole on Amazon. In the beginning, we were on, depending on what level you were on product pages, and you had opportunities to be on the bestsellers or list. And I mean, there was so many different bestsellers on bestsellers page. But it was just so many opportunities and so many ways that we could earn from it. A lot of that stuff was taken away because we saw a lot of people come in and they misused the platform. They were doing videos. They were just running videos and not actually having a person. They weren't actually engaging with the audience. People were doing all types of shicey, icy stuff behind the scenes. We also saw that there were some people that were going in. They weren't even having a product. They were just showing a picture of the product. So they've changed a lot. But recently, within the last 6 months or so, they've been pushing live streams again, maybe even a little bit longer than that. And one of the things that they added it a little bit ago, but they're advertising it more now, is that when you end your live stream, you can now create an idea list from the products that were in your carousel. That's a game changer for a couple reasons. You can use this list when you're sharing products across social media. You can use this list to, again, you can share it to Pinterest, and you can share it to Binnable. There's so many things, right? So, oh, and I saw the clips too, but I haven't tested out the clips just yet. But I have seen it. I kind of peeked at it a little bit, but I haven't fully tested it out. I love that. So, okay, so you have the idea list. So you can create the idea list right after you're done the actual live stream. Love it. And Stephanie just said it. She said, I started posting in 2 new places in the beginning of January. Ooh, oh yeah, we're going to come back to that. And Cheryl said, I think with TikTok going after Amazon sales, Amazon is going to boost up lives again. That's what I was just about to say too, Cheryl. That's what it's seeming like, because they've been going and promoting live streaming and like trying to get people back to live streaming more and more. So you have to create the idea list, right after your live stream, and it's everything you already had um in your carousel. So you're able to go say, hey, I just finished my live stream. If you weren't able to shop the live stream, you can still shop the carousel or the idea list with the products that I talked about in the live stream. So again, it gives you another way to promote and bring people from offline to Amazon. Why is this important? One of the things that Amazon has been pushing, um, with them coming away from us getting so many placements on Amazon, is they've been pushing offsite sales to the point where you get these different incentives for doing offsite sales. Your commission is actually higher when you do offsite sales than when you do on-site sales. And a lot of people coming into the program don't realize this, and they get all out of sorts because they're like, well, I did this and it should be this amount. And they don't realize that there's two different rate cards. That part. So your offsite is going to be higher than your on-site because you're doing the extra work to bring people to Amazon as opposed to just the people that are already on the platform. So they give you a little extra boost for that. And then you have the clips feature. Now, the clips feature, they first introduced this a while back, where your live stream, you can make a little clip. They have made it so much easier. Oh, excuse me. They've made it so much easier for you to be able to make a clip from your live stream. Why is this beneficial? This means that I can do a live stream and do an unboxing like, you saw so many influencers do back when we first started live streaming. You can do your unboxing. You can show people how to use it. You can use it on the live stream. Take that clip and create a social media post, create your shoppable video. Again, it allows you to do stuff on the platform, but most importantly, off the platform to bring people to the platform. Really simple. So because we're still in the first quarter, this is the perfect time for you to test that out. But with me going back to live streaming, I will say I don't do what I used to do with live streaming. So when I first started and I was doing live streaming, I would have 40 items in my carousel. And anybody who has done live streaming on Amazon, especially if you have an audience that comes in and talks, that could mean anywhere from a 2.5 hour live stream to 4 hours to get through all 40 items. I don't do that anymore. At this point, I do anywhere between 12 and 15 items in my carousel. Now, anybody else that live streams, how many things do you put in your carousel when you live stream? Also, do you set your live streams up before? So for me, I schedule out next week's live streams by the end of this week. So one of them is already scheduled for Tuesday, and I'll schedule out the one for Thursday today as well. So that way they're up. Why? Amazon is doing a little bit better with posting and sharing out notifications when you live stream. So they send out a notification when you're live that people will see in their notifications if they're on the app, or they'll see when they come to the app so they can check out the replay. But also, they're sending things out beforehand as well. So you want to pay attention to that if you are scheduling out. So let me go through. Cheryl said new and improve, right? Okay, so Amy said, I don't like the clips. It's not easy. I just used the whole live on YouTube today and used the idea list to make it easy to add the products. That's another great idea. So, and this is why I love being able to have these calls on Friday, because you get to hear the different perspectives. So she says it's not easy for her. She said that no, it wasn't easy. It does take a little bit to kind of go through it, but I love her workaround because now I have the idea list that I created. I put the whole thing on YouTube and then put the idea list in the description. Now, when you put the idea list in the description, are you creating a deep link for the idea list? I guess it wouldn't matter. Would it matter? It wouldn't matter because it's the list, I think, unless you're doing the list on multiple. No, because even if you do it on multiple storefronts, I don't know if it would still work. That would have been ultimate game changer. Cheryl said that the clips are now timed and linked straight to the product. Exactly. Antoine said, same here. No more than 15. I have, Roxy said, I haven't done an Amazon live stream yet. Listen, this is a good time to kind of test it out. And again, you can have anywhere. I would say you want to at least have about 5 to 10 products on there because you want to give Amazon time to push it out to people as well. But it's great. Now we'll talk about the conversion part of it too, because again, y'all know I'm not going to tell y'all that everything. Oh, it razzles, it dazzles, it's the best. No, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. But there's pros and cons to it for definitely. And Stephanie said, I'm not there yet either. I hate being on the camera. Ironic for an influencer, but I am very happy making my videos and posting them after editing. And you are not alone in that, Stephanie, at all. So there's other people that don't like being on camera. Here's one of the benefits, though, when you do the live stream, is that depending on what you're showing, you can have an overhead camera where it's not directly in your face. And then you just have to have a second device so you can see the comments. But there's a workaround for it, but it may take a little bit extra finagling to get it there. Cheryl said 12 to 15 is good. Yep. Antoine said this, that he's seen a lot of the brand streams. So I've seen brand streams because I think the reason why we were seeing them is because they remained consistent. So I'll say I saw replays from streamers who were consistent. So if it was somebody who was just like popping in, pop it out, pop in, pop out, I was not seeing the notifications. But for the streamers that I follow that were consistent, I would see their stream, or I would see like one, click on that one, and then of course you know how they have the others depending on where you're clicking on it from. If it's on the phone or if it's on the laptop, they'll show you the other live streams that have already gone, have already come on, or the ones that are scheduled out. So if it's a consistent one, then I see it. That's why I said Amazon is starting to push it a little bit more if you're somebody that's consistent with it. So even if you're doing this once a week, this can be very beneficial for you. But you have to be consistent with it. And one of the things I can say is when I stopped live streaming, my live stream views had dropped to like 100. 100 views is crazy. For a live stream. And at that point, I was doing maybe like 25 items in the carousel, 30 items. It had dropped all the way down to like 100 views per live stream. Now, consistently, I've been getting at least like 400 views. And that's while I'm live. And then it's still racking up views after the live. I had one that went up to over 600 views. And then of course, it's going to depend on the products that you're talking about and all that good stuff. But that consistency, I think Amazon is starting to pay attention to on a couple different fronts. Because even when it comes to, if you're somebody that consistently is posting shoppable videos, you may have seen that it doesn't take as long for your shoppable videos to be approved. So I think that they're paying attention to that consistency, that we're, okay, I see that you're consistently doing posting the content and doing this and doing that, and they're giving us a little more access, but don't quote me on it. Don't quote me on it, but that's what I've been able to notice from my numbers. Let's see. Michelle said, I still have 0 followers on my live app. I used to have 10 to 20. That I did see a large fluctuation, but I think also we may have seen a fluctuation because there were a lot of accounts that got cut off, dropped out, shut down. David Peter said, I haven't done live stream since when I first started 4.5 years ago. I did like 2 or 3 and bailed on it. Listen, it was such a good thing. Like you could make 4 figures from just live streaming back when they first gave us the opportunity. Easy make 4 figures if you were consistently live streaming. Right now, since I just started to be consistent again, I'm starting to see the sales trickle in, and I'm seeing more sales after the live stream is done, not per se active sales. So they're not pressing the buy button when I'm live, they're pressing the buy button afterwards. So I'm still getting the commission from it, but I'm not seeing like that's one thing that you can see with your numbers because it tells you if it was watching the live or if it was pretty much afterwards. You can see, you can tell. Um,
And Altavis, I can tell you that I see a lot of live streams when I check out. After I check out on my desktop, almost always I see on the lower right a live stream happening and it says recently live. It doesn't say live. Sometimes it is live, but a lot of the times when the products that I purchase, the product that I purchase are similar to the product that someone was putting in their carousel, that live stream, even though it's not live, is showing in my checkout to try to make me, oh, that's a live stream. Let's check out what they were talking about. And they see similar products to what I was purchasing. And that's what you see, I think, because that's like, I always see it. I take some screenshots, I send it to Stas, because we always like hunt for, we're hunting for where those, video and live streams are showing. Definitely, definitely an amazing place to be in, especially because not a lot of people are doing it. So you're actually the one enjoying it. And it's really about what products you use, because that's how Amazon is kind of saying, hey, you know what? This live stream has similar products. Let's show it as recently live.
that part. And it's interesting too because we go back, even with David Peters saying, "Listen, I stopped doing it years ago," but even when you've had that gap, you can go back and still see that people have been shopping from your old live stream sometimes, depending on how long ago it was. I don't think that they may not be shopping from David Peters for 4.5 years ago. But if, again, that's why I said if you're consistent and maybe you can't do every week, you can do you can do once every other week. You can do once a month. People are still shopping from some of those old live streams. And so I think that's cool too. Now, I saw yes, I do a deep link, but I was wondering if it would matter. So this is what I would say. Gauge it. Uh, um, what's it called? Oh my goodness, not gauge it. Do a split test. There you go. I can talk. I really can. Do a split test. So have some where you have the deep linking and have some where you don't. And then test it for like a 30 to 60-day time period and see if there's a difference between the two. Especially if you're somebody who does like consistent categories when it comes to your live streams. So like if you have like once a month you do a fitness one, then do one fitness one that has the deep linking and one fitness one that doesn't, and see if there's a difference between the two. I tell people always when you're trying to see if something's going to work or if it is going to make a big difference, start testing things out, but give yourself enough time that you can actually look at the numbers and say, okay, this really didn't do much. It didn't really change anything, so I can do just the regular link. Because I'm thinking with the idea list, it may not give you as much um, it may not give you as much pull for, especially with them going to the other sites, because the idea list itself is not on other sites. Whereas if it's an actual product, the product can be on other sites, but the idea list isn't. That's why I was like, I don't know if it'll work that way. Lane, if you have any insight, if is Lane in? I didn't even check to see if Lane was in here. I'm calling him out.
I'm right here. What's up?
I'm just calling you out from the ethos, like just up here, Lane. Um, Have you seen any metrics when it comes to deep linking for anything outside of just the product? So maybe the storefront deep linking or deep linking to a live stream or deep linking to a idealist.
I'm not too sure I understand the question.
Or have
Um,
you tested a deep linking using one of those other things? Or have you only deep linked to a product?
I usually only deep link to a product.
So we might have to We might have to do some research because only because again, like I said, the idea list is only on your Amazon storefront in the US and it's not in the other, like where they could catch it. I don't know if they would be able to catch the actual products from it, but you would be able to see at least like the metrics of people clicking on the link still. But that other benefit of the deep linking where it opens it up in a different country, you wouldn't have that benefit.
I'm not following you.
Okay. Wait, Cheryl has her hand up. Okay,
Yeah,
Cheryl.
go ahead, Cheryl.
I deep link, I put an affiliate link and I use Post Tap because it's free and Amazon approved it way back. That's why I always use it. I make an affiliate link to my storefront, to my idea list, to my videos. I take that affiliate link and then I go over and put it into Post Tap so it opens in the app. That is a huge advantage. If it doesn't open in the app, you're going to lose sales. So make sure you're using a link that will open in the app or some, I mean, I use desktop, but if somebody's on their phone, let me tell you what they're going to do. They're going to copy off that name or check what the product is and then go look, get in their app and search it and find it. And guess what? You're out. So all of my links to my storefront are affiliate Post Tap links. So
Yes.
that's a huge advantage. And when she was talking about linking to a idea list on your YouTube videos, I'm going to tell you this, and it's going to sound really rude, but that's just how I am. That's lazy, and you're losing keywords and losing sales. Nobody wants to click to where they don't know what they're going to. Put your timestamps in your YouTube, your long videos like your lives. I timestamp every one of them with the product name. So at 3 minutes and 32 seconds, I have this chainsaw, and here's the link to it. At 5 minutes and 2 seconds, I have, these clippers, and here's the deep link to them. Timestamp them. So you've got all those keywords. You've got the brand names in there because brands go through YouTube, search for their name, and if they pull up your video and see you're already promoting some of their products, they're going to look for you to see if you want to promote more. You're missing out on it. To me, it's just lazy and you're losing right away.
I can say that I have been translating a lot of my videos on YouTube, and I use Genius Links as opposed to PostApp, and I've been with them for a long time, and I noticed that I'm getting a lot more sales in other countries that normally I would not have gotten sales in. So it's these small little bits that are starting to add up to a nice little chunk of change at the end of every month. And then I really like the idea that Cheryl had of adding timestamp, especially if you do a live stream, adding a timestamp so that it creates a chapter in YouTube for you, but then also putting the product in a link on the end of that so that it shows up right there. That is a really smart way to do a live stream because from there, if you use something like repurpose.io, they will take your video. There's a way that you can cut it up by the timestamp from the chapters, and you can repurpose that onto another YouTube channel as a short or onto any other social media platform that they support. And you're continuing adding that Genius link and the title of that product to other pieces of content that you can just automatically create for you. So that is a really smart idea right there. I really like. Thank you for sharing that, Cheryl.
Well, I think that the more links you have out, and like I said, if I can link to even my video on Amazon, sometimes I've done that where, especially when I do tools, because if I'm showing a chainsaw in the live, I am not cutting up wood here in my house. I don't even fire it up when I do my lives outside. There's a lot of things. So what I will do with that deep link is go and find that video, make an affiliate link, post tap it, and deep link to my video. So then they can see that tool in being used. Um,
That's smart.
and so that gets my video views. It also shows them a little bit more that I'm on there. But honestly, you can make one piece of content, and by the time, if you use Amazon Clip, or if you download it and make your own clips and back upload, because I do that. I prefer to edit my own clips because I'm old and I can't see my phone to get those little measurements right. Um, but you take one piece of content and you have so many ways to use that it is unfreaking believable if you just take the time to do it rather than sit and think of new ways to make more content. Do it smart. You've already made the content, put it to work.
Ooh, that part. Do it smart. You've already made the content, put it to work. If y'all didn't get anything else, that take that and run with it as you are creating content, because that is it in a nutshell. And so I'm looking at some of the responses in the comments, uh, and I'm going back. Okay. So there was a question of, do we have a best practices type resource for live stream in the community? We do, but some of these newer updates aren't there. Eileen did she did a Friday call about live streaming maybe a few weeks ago. So if you check the Logie YouTube channel, you should see the replay for that one talking about live streaming. Like I said, she did that one possibly like a few weeks ago, not more than a month ago, I think. And that'll give you some great starting points. But these ones that we're talking about today, some of these have just been added, like they just updated the clips feature, and that create idea list feature, they just added that in. Oh, and yes. Oh, okay. Stephanie said, I didn't know, I thought I had to show my face the whole time. So you can pop in and pop out of the video for the live stream on Amazon. You don't have to be on there for the whole time. Um, they're more, they don't want you not to ever come on the screen, but they're more importantly, they want you interacting and engaging with the people who are coming to the stream. Like they want to see you actually using the product, or showing the product and actually showing some details about the product, or they do want, or if you have it's your face on the screen, they want to see you engaging with the people. There were so many people that literally you could tell that it wasn't them on the screen. You could tell that it wasn't them on the screen. It was just like a picture of them, or like when I tell you, people did all types of shenanigans behind the scenes. Wow, what a time. We watched people do some crazy stuff, and everybody who was actively doing what Amazon told us to do, we were just kind of giving people the side eye, because we were like, what? Come on, don't. And it again, we lost a lot of privileges that came with live streaming, because people came in and just kind of did whatever they wanted to do just to try to make the money. Antoine, hey, computer pal. Antoine said, if you are consistent, brands will reach out and pay you. This has been good extra income. Exactly. I've seen people talking about how they've been making money, not just from Amazon directly, money not just from creator connections, that they've been able to reach out to brands and get samples from brands. And other people, like, I will say this, one of the things you can tell the OGs versus the people that have just been in the program like fairly new. OGs are like, yeah, I'm still getting samples, I'm still doing this. And the newcomers are like, but it's the Chinese New Year. How are you getting samples? All the brands are not in China. All the brands are not in China. And there's that. And some of us had, if you have a relationship with the brand, just because they are on Chinese New Year does not mean that you couldn't have had it set up before they went out to send you products. I know I have one brand that I work with where they messaged me and said, hey, we'll be out for these 2 weeks because of the Chinese New Year. But as soon as we come back, we want to work with you on the next promo. We want to work with you on this next campaign for this, what this is coming out. But I just wanted to let you know we won't be, we won't be available for the 2 weeks. Again, it's about building those brand relationships. What Cheryl just shared with you guys, building brand relationships. It allows them to be able to see exactly what you're doing and take it to another level. Cheryl said mine do really well after the show ends. Stephanie said, by the way, slightly off topic, but has everyone seen the new upper carousel? We were going to talk about that too, Stephanie. I hope you're ready to come off mute on that one. Because that was, she shared it in the group and I saw it when I was on Amazon today as well. And it was, it's interesting. We'll say that. We'll start with that. Yes. Stephanie said, I have had most recent videos approved within minutes. And I've started seeing that I'm making money from uploaded shoppable videos within a few days, depending on the video. I've had some, remember before it used to be like, oh, you need to give yourself like a 2-week window. But again, I'm consistently uploading videos. So now not only is it going through and being approved pretty quickly, but I'm also starting to see sales pretty quickly and views on that particular video. So within a day or two, I'm starting to already see views on videos. And Stephanie said, and they show up on carousels immediately too. Yep. Just reminded me to check. I had one sitting in review since yesterday. Usually it's so quick for me. I will say this, and I've seen this in some of the groups, people talking about it. They're starting to see, I guess Amazon may have went through and done another sweep or another update because they were seeing some of their older videos get rejected again. Or they've been kind of getting some messages. We know that this happens at least once a year. Where Amazon makes some adjustments in the background, or they just kind of do a sweep. And when they do a sweep, it's like a quality control sweep. And older videos that may have gotten through, but Amazon said, wait a minute, what's that? They will, they will put it on the reject side. And you'll have to go and re-upload it. It's frustrating, but we tell people as a consistent thing, if this is your business and your brand, not just a hobby, then you should be doing this already. But at least once a month, you should be going through to see if there are any rejected videos, simply because it could be something that they change in the background. It could be something that they add in the background, and it will sometimes reject an older video. So you want to make sure that you're going back and checking those out. Okay, so let me run it back because there was one other thing that Stephanie put, and I wanted to add this. She said, I started posting in 2 new places in the beginning of January using a Facebook group to post all the samples I am requesting on CC. Got my first sale from there a few days ago. Congrats. So it's working dual purpose. Also started posting on YouTube. I haven't been keeping up daily, but am slowly getting some up with no sales yet. I know for me, I've been live streaming. I've been posting on YouTube. I started doing that and being consistent with it. I have been seeing some sales from YouTube, and I've been seeing engagement on the post on YouTube. I think that one has been a big one too, because of course with engagement that boosts you up. They also just lowered the number of followers for you to be able to do the links on YouTube. I am nowhere near that I have like 20 followers on the review YouTube channel because I just started it. But I think they lowered it to 5,000. So there's that again. But some people didn't even have the 5,000. They had lower than that, but they had that consistency and they had engagement. So your consistency and building engagement definitely does work. So make sure you're going back and responding to those messages. Make sure you're going back. And, you know, if somebody likes the post, you know, you can see what's working and what's not working. Listen, Antoine said Amazon should just deep link their links. That part. That part, it is definitely like, if you know, you know, deep linking takes things to a whole nother level. That was probably one of the reasons why people were asking the question when it came to Pinterest, because Pinterest now has your Amazon storefront connected to your actual page. But also they were saying, well, do we need to deep link if we're doing it on Pinterest since it's a connection to Amazon? And there's that. Antoine said, I love live streams. You don't have to be perfect. I get a lot of content from my live streams and they are converting. Do, 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 do. All right. Okay, I'm getting back on track. Y'all got a lot of messages. Stephanie said, I think a little imperfection is actually something customers are looking for in our videos. That part. I will tell you guys, I just got a crepe maker in today. And I'm gonna post the clip because first of all, I've never made a crepe. So we're gonna start with that. So y'all can just imagine. But this was not one where you pour the mix onto it and spread it out. This is one where you flip it over and lay it in the mix and then pick it up. Pure shenanigans have occurred. And I made my first crepes though. I don't know if you can hear my sister laughing at me in the background. They were delicious. They were good. They turned out really good. But I will just let you know that nobody was harmed in the making of the crepes today. We didn't have any mishaps. There was no fires, but there was a lot of confusion. Because I just knew that I knew what I was doing and I had absolutely no idea. So be on the lookout for that. Definitely imperfection over here regularly over here. Okay. Agree. Sales coming in after the live. I do ask people to chat with me consistently, but it's mostly crickets. But I do get follows. So it's still good. Yes. I'll get people that will chat with me depending on what I'm talking about. Also, I tell people at the beginning, in the middle, and at the end of my live, because I have some people that are silent superheroes. So I'm a silent superhero. I'm an introvert and I support a lot of people, but most times I wouldn't ask questions in the comments. So I tell people, hey, if you're a silent superhero, you can always DM me. You can always send me a message online. I'm at Altavisa Unmuted across social media. You can always send me a message and I'll try to answer it there because not everybody is comfortable. Even though the platform has had live stream on it for a while, there's still people that are fairly new to seeing the live streams on Amazon. So they're not always comfortable because they're like, well, what if somebody can see it? Are they going to be able to see my information? Blah, blah, blah. So you have different people that are just like real leery of commenting, but they'll watch the live and engage, but they may not like actually ask a question. On desktop, I get a live every time after checkout. Yep. If we are talking about any platform, I deep link everything. Oh, yeah. So we were talking about for the idea list that you create after the live stream when you post it on YouTube. We were talking about if we were going to deep link that one and if it was beneficial. And so Cheryl gave a great breakdown of what we should be doing when it comes to that. She came off. Did y'all hear how she came off mute? She came off mute like Mama Cheryl. I felt like she had a belt in her hand, but we won't say that. I felt like she put us all into the timeout corner and told us to think about our actions. Cause that's what it was. It was like, now go sit down and think about what you did. And I was like, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Because when she said it, I thought about it and I was like, you're right. Because I put the list because I didn't feel like doing each individual product. I think that's also part of the reason I said, that 12 to 15 is that spot that I stay in, but that's 12 to 15 links that I got to do individually. But I'm a listen. I don't want to get in trouble. I don't. That's gonna be my homework.
You do know that I will be going over to your YouTube channel and I will be checking on it. And let me tell you what, young lady, if I go over there and you have not completed this task appropriately, you and I will have another discussion.
Hey, I I just wanna mention that when Cheryl is saying something like this, I would look for a shelter, yes? I know I've been there before. I've been before, yes. I used to have a YouTube channel. No more. That's it. Cheryl has her magic tool, so definitely.
Ooh, that part, y'all. That's what I felt like. I felt like, okay, I know what my homework is this weekend.
Y'all have been putting up with me since what, 2021, 2020. So I don't, as some of y'all, I don't expect to hear anything out of because you should have been prepared as soon as I come off mute. You knew what was going to happen, and it wasn't going to be politically correct, but it was going to be what I had to say and what you needed to hear.
That part. That's the
Yes.
important part. It's
But
what
it
you should
but
hear.
it's true, Altovis. Cheryl is the original gangster.
Yep.
She's literally one of the core, Logi gang members, and she's been around with our chats and webinars, and she saw us when we literally just had the first two lines of script out there, and she had a lot to say about that too. So trust me, she when she's talking, and I love her. So, but definitely an original gangster.
Woo-wee. That part. Oh, wait. So hold on, because I'm trying to go through and make sure we catch everything before I give the next item that was on my list. So there was a question. I have a YouTube linking question. Can it get us in trouble if someone is copy pasting a link from a short? Amazon can't see where it's coming from if posting into the browser, but I want that link in the description if if at all possible. So here's the thing: the only issue that, well, no, one of the issues with the shorts was that the link, you can link it to like a longer form video and have the deep link there, but I don't know if it's beneficial putting it in the short.
Hi, can you hear me? Is it
Yes.
okay to?
Yeah,
Um,
sure.
okay, so I'm new to YouTube. I'm just like learning on it, but my husband showed me a way that if you save a short and then you go back to look at it later, then the links are clickable. And I know people that are more tech savvy that will, especially from the phone, maybe not the TV, but will go back and copy and paste the links. So I feel like it is beneficial to put that in the description. And also, like Cheryl was saying, I do in my descriptions, I put 1,000 links. Like if I'm showing my dress that I'm wearing, that's linked in the description individually. Even if, like the purse video that I did, I have my dress linked in it because I'm wearing the dress. So you can see it in the video. And if people want to shop for that, I want them to use my link. So I put all the links individually in my comments and I title them close to like a shortened version of the listing title from Amazon. So I just want to know what people think. Like if a customer comes and copies and pastes my deep link, then what Amazon is seeing is like that link is coming from nowhere. Maybe I messaged it to them. They don't know that that link came from that YouTube channel. So that's my concern if that is going to get me in trouble with Amazon.
Okay, so Cheryl or Lane, or if someone else uses YouTube and puts a link in the shorts, have
Yeah,
you
I
had?
can say that I've never had an issue with that before. I don't think enough people are copying and pasting from a short to be able to get to the product link. I have Genius links in pretty much every short that I have uploaded, and again, I've never had an issue there. So
Thank you.
I don't think I would personally waste the time because the chances of someone copying that, if they do copy it out, put it in their browser, is Amazon going to recognize it as yours? Nobody will ever know because Amazon won't tell us. I would link to a long form video of it, and that way you can have the links. But yeah, if people are copying and pasting your link and Amazon can't see where it comes from, you probably won't get credit. And if there's too many of them, Amazon is going to see it as some kind of malicious or cheating or some kind of BS. So I don't know as I would do that. I really don't.
Okay, those were my thoughts as well. I was worried that it might trigger some kind of flag, but I don't have long form videos to link to all my shorts. I'm just right now this YouTube channel, I'm just taking everything that's on my storefront and re-uploading it so that I have it backed up on YouTube.
Yeah, I think that the I think if you're going with the safest way is having it having it linked to a long form video and then having your deep links in the description there. I am checking the comments though, because a lot of comments are coming through too. So
Oh,
we
please.
that one is like, woo, we just don't know because we don't.
Stephanie, what you could do, I'm I'm guessing you have clothes, is that correct? Is that what you do?
No, it's mostly crafts. I have a few clothes. Um,
Okay, but do you have enough of one topic where you could to if your videos are say 30 seconds that you could take and put five of those together and make one long form video for, 2 minutes and put it as your top five crafting things or your top five outfits for spring or whatever, and put those together to make a YouTube long form video. And then you can link all five of those shorts to it. Is it duplicate? Yes, but they're going to probably see other things that your one short didn't show. So that's one idea to get some long form. Because if all you put up is short form, all you're using YouTube for is copyright checking. It's not going to really start building your offsite clicks and sales because they just don't have enough to go on. And when people watch shorts, they're just flinging it. So
yeah,
I
okay.
would look at ways to make even, yeah, find some like things together and show that they're your top five picks or your top how many ever and do it that way.
Well, YouTube also, it doesn't have to show the product. So if I were to like just make one video that is here's me crafting, and then I can always link all the shorts to that one long form, but that doesn't give people the individual product link to click. I've also thought about instead of putting the link to like the exact product on Amazon, taking a picture of the product and putting that in my storefront, and then putting that link to my storefront, so that way it's not the affiliate link to the exact product that Amazon like, because I know sharing our storefront links, it doesn't matter how we share those. So I've considered that too, just instead of using affiliate links, using influencer links. I don't know the right terminology for that. I'll play around with it. Thank you. I appreciate you taking the time to.
Oh, most definitely. That's why we're here. I'm looking
um,
through the chat. Oh, go ahead, Lane.
someone was asking if I have a storefront in China. A long time ago, I tried to set that up, but for whatever reason, like China goes through a different type of network, even though it's still Amazon, and I was not able to get mine connected. But I do want to point out that the reason why you might be getting traffic from China is not necessarily people wanting to buy, but Chinese sellers looking for influencers to be able to make content for their products. So you kind of have to look at that one as a double-edged sword to know, to try and figure out, okay, why are people from China coming and looking at my stuff? There's two different possibilities there, in my opinion.
Great feedback. Michelle also asked for people with bad eyes because we old, because we're seasoned. How are you filming and seeing comments? Can't wrap my brain around it. And I said I typically use an old iPhone and I pull up the chat on the second device. Some people, it depends on how you're live streaming. Some people live stream from their computer, and it comes up if you're using like a third party streaming app. Sometimes it'll come up on the side of the screen where you'll be able to easily read them because it's a lot bigger. But it just depends. I will say for me, when it comes to live streaming, I stopped doing live streaming where I was showing video clips and like the shoppable videos in a live stream, and I show the actual physical products. So um, that was why I was like, I can just easily go to the second device as I'm going through and showing the products, as opposed to being on the laptop and having the comments on the side. But the comments, it just depends on what platform, how you're streaming. Because some people don't do it on their phone, they do it on the laptop, and they may have a different response. Because I know with OBS, it wasn't always easy to see the comments either for a while. Cheryl said, I love the Wild Wild West days of Amazon Live. So Amazon Live used to be a game changer. David Utopia said, yeah, those were fun times. Listen, first of all, David Utopia, his live streams made me want to take things up a notch. Like every time I saw his live stream, he was so animated. But David is animated anyway when you talk to him and when you see his content. But like it always made you want to take it up a notch simply because it kept the audience engaged. And the more people were engaged on the actual live stream, the more Amazon pushed it out. And again, we were on product pages and deals pages and all these other things. So if they saw that people were coming in and commenting and giving hearts and all of those things, then people, Amazon's like, oh, okay, this is a good thing. Let me push it out. And it was beneficial. I'm telling you, people were making 4 figures just through the Amazon Live easy, like with the blink of an eye, without any questions asked. But then we had a lot of people come in and do all the other stuff, and that shut all that down. Roxy said, right, I've talked to many brands over Chinese holiday. Exactly. Mm-hmm. Listen, Antoine said, this is why you need Logi. Listen, I have 2 Logi products that came in today before the live stream. I have a few other products that came in this week. It's one of the reasons because I don't have to worry about it. That was another thing I wanted to shout out to Logi, because I know some of you that come in close on this one, because this is between us. This is between us. I know some of you have been looking through some of the stuff and seeing the 50% off coupons and going, but I want it for this product. And this brand, they don't have it. Man, I wish this brand had a 50% off coupon. Go on there and check again. I don't know if I should tell you exactly what brands they are that I saw. I saw one and I was immediately excited. Go back and check again. Go back and check again. So some of the brands have, and no, this is not coming from a HUD. He probably wasn't even going to tell us yet. He was going to wait. Probably.
Wait for what? For telling you that there's more half-price samples?
Yes.
No, it's just like we're getting more and more. Like I think that over 80% of the products on Amazon on Logi offer 50% coupons, because brands understand that they're getting bombarded with all these automated influencer emails and messages. that they don't have time to go over all of them. And they know that the creators of Logi are professional creators. They know that if they get a sample, they have 14 days to generate content. And let me ask you a question, guys. If you were a brand, and not like one of these, you're not Adidas, you're not Sony, you're a mom and pop shop or someone that just have a private label and you really want to push your product on Amazon, would you spend hours going through all these automated messages and start sending samples and spend all this time, running after the influencer, seeing if they created content? Or you just say, you know what? I don't want to read those messages. I trust Logi. I trust the creators of Logi. I know that when a creator of Logi takes a sample, they always have 14 days to create content. What would you do? So they understand it and they just let Logi do the heavy lifting for them. So I'm pretty excited about that. It's just becoming stronger and better and growing, and I'm very happy.
I love it, y'all. I saw it yesterday or the day before. And as soon as I started, I said, I'm changing what my next products that I'm investing in Logi are. Let me change what I was going to do. So again, we know that there are some people that are in the program that they don't invest in any products. That's fine. That's what they do. That's what works for them, or maybe it doesn't. So
And let me also, just mention one small thing. If Emmy can let me share my screen. If she's Emmy, can you add open the share screening? Just a small thing, tweak that I promised that we'll do last week, and we did it. So basically, how Logi today looks so amazing, and it's that simple, 4 pillars app that just lets you manage it so easily. So we just added this another, um, easiness, cleanliness effect. So, the new Logi is much bigger, much nicer images because the menu has been minimized to the side, and you just hover over it and you can see those 4 pillars, discover new opportunities to make money off of, create content, track your success, your reports, your summaries, and then manage everything you need to do. So just the small thing that we added, and I told you I'm going to do it, is I removed those extra search boxes that we had. So we had a search for products and a search for matches and a search for opportunities. And every page had like a little search box here. And I said, why do we need to have a search for every page and a big major search at the top? So the big major search was for everything in our Logi account. It would find everything that we have in our Logi account. And the little search used to be just for specific pages. So we now integrated it all together. So if I come here and for an example, I search for trichology, so it's going to look for trichology on this page, trichology, and boom, it finds me all the trichology products on this page, immediately shows them to me. But where is all the stuff it used to show me below? Well, that was hiding a lot of the things of the page. So we added this little button here to the right that says see more. And if I click on see more, that's when you're actually getting all the other stuff that we have here. So for an example, I'm going to type in here, I don't know, let's type top. We'll see what top products we have here. So 72 products have top, but if I click on see more, then it shows me all the accounts on Logi that have top in them. So Chris top hair, Christopher, Leslie, blah, 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 Christopher, so you can literally see K deals here, you're here, right here. And all these products that you have on your account that have top, you can click on view all. And of course, if you have content that have the word top in it, you'll see the content. This is a dummy account with no content, so you can't see it. But that's why the searching capabilities of Logi just became 100 times better, faster, and cleaner. So just wanted to share that as a little bit of a feature update for today.
Thank you for sharing that. I appreciate it. And it goes right into the next thing that I wanted to have. Stephanie, can you come off mute and talk about what you saw on the top carousel?
Hello.
Hey.
Hey. So, I just spotted this last night and I noticed it appears to be updating throughout more products pretty rapidly because last night I saw it on 1 or 2 things. And then this morning I saw it on carousels that I had been looking at my own, like to see if I had placement on. And a couple of those have updated. It just looks like what Amazon's doing instead of having one main video. And this, I've only looked on my cell phone. I haven't been on the computer to browse on the computer yet. But it's splitting it up into I don't know if it's even showing thumbnails or just showing the video, and it seems to autoplay for a couple of seconds. I've seen up to 5 videos at once, like it's showing the 5 little snippets of the video, and then it shows see more videos. If there's a total of 7 videos, it tells you that, and there's a little button to click. And I'm gonna add the screenshot that I took to the comments here so everybody can see what I was seeing. So that's just a top carousel. So I don't know what impact this is going to have. Hopefully, like I hope influencers will get top placement, like open top carousels if they're changing this, so even if there's not a brand video. But I don't know what Amazon's plans are, just speculation, or what I'd like to see them do.
No worries, but it does make us pay attention to some things. What number one, when we look at the videos, the majority of the videos in the screenshot that she shared are all at like a minute. So they're not necessarily like those really short videos that people have been like, oh, what if I do a 5-second video or a 10-second video? These videos are videos. Like these actually have some time on it. So we know that 30-minute mark, that 30-second mark, we know is like that sweet spot. But as you see, it's 1 minute and 33 seconds, 1 minute, 17 seconds, and 58 seconds. So
I did see one that was only a 30-second video on a different listing.
Mm-hmm. And like I said,
yeah,
that sweet spot. But I would like to notice, pay attention to see if we see any of those short videos that people were so eager to make, to see if any of those are coming up in these spots, or if again you actually making content that is worth it and actually putting the work into the content, if that is what's going to show up. The second.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry. I'm going to check and see if I have content. I have one like 8-second video. I'm curious to see.
Okay. And then the second thing is look at the actual thumbnail that you're looking at. The one that somebody that you see the closed caption at the bottom, you can't even see what it says fully. So that also means that if you're putting if you're creating a thumbnail for your shoppable videos, is it now going to not be beneficial for you if your video is in the top carousel? Because are they actually going to see the whole thing? Are they not going to see the whole thing? Or, because you see how it looks like it's a vertical video. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's a vertical video, but that means that if you have a thumbnail that's vertical, is your thumbnail going to be cut off? Now, we saw this happen when Amazon updated the storefront, and it made people's thumbnails look it made their whole storefront look wonky. It made the thumbnails look wonky. But with looking at the picture, and she did put the screenshot in the actual comment section, with looking at the actual picture, it makes you go back and say, how important is it going to be to have a thumbnail that's all pristine with the words and the this and that? Or is it just going to be good enough to have a picture that is clear and actually speaks to what it is you're going to be speaking about in the actual video? So, and longer videos. I know. I listen.
I did make a few more observations. They're not. There are horizontal videos that are being cropped like this. That's for sure. There are shorter ones, but my 8-second video isn't even on that product page, and the product's out of stock. So I don't know if they're putting the super short ones up there or not. They might have thumbnails that Amazon is also just ignoring. So if they're using your video in this placement, they could just not be using the thumbnail on your video. But I don't know. I haven't seen any of my videos to confirm that with.
So that would be something, as you're looking through Amazon over the next couple of weeks, as they're pushing this out, rolling it out. Again, we haven't gotten official information about it, or, hey, this is what we're doing. We typically don't get information when they're making updates. Sometimes we do, but for the most part, we don't. We just kind of see it and then all start talking about it. So this is something to pay attention to when it comes to your videos, because it could mean that because your video has a certain look to it, that it may get less views and engagement. You may see a drop in your engagement because it doesn't fit this new dynamic of what they're doing for the upper carousel. So your things may drop to the lower carousel instead of the upper one. We don't know because, again, we don't know if this is something that they're testing. We don't know if this is something that'll be permanent, and we don't know how beneficial it'll be for us. The one benefit I will say is that on the upper carousel, typically people don't know that there's more than one video up there. Even though if you're on the computer, it'll tell you 6 videos, but people may not understand what that means when they're looking at it, right? This allows you to see that there's more than one video there. So there's the potential for people to watch more than one video or to click on one that they prefer, as opposed to they kind of just see the brand video and they see that little number 6 videos and they're like, I don't really know what that is. Are they all from the brand? And people may not pay attention to that. So I think it will draw some more attention to that part. Let me go back because I did see. Okay, let me make sure I'm catching everybody. Do, 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 do. I know I said Roxy said she was doing longer videos. I do a combination, some that are over a minute. I try to do, if I'm doing a shorter video, I don't try not to do too much less than 30 seconds. But 30 seconds is definitely a sweet spot for some of my videos.
Can I talk about video length real quick for a second?
Or can.
So like I try to play around with all of the different social platforms that are out there, and I want to try and maximize the most amount of watch time and viewership that I can get, but with doing getting certain results from those. And so I understand the shorter videos, right? One, they're easier to produce. Two, you just may not have a lot of stuff to talk about. And so whenever I am planning a shorter video, and a shorter to me means 4 minutes and 59 seconds or less. And the reason for that is because there is a website that I use that can translate my content into different languages, and you can use that their cap on their, not the free plan, but the slow plan is 5 minutes. So anything I can keep below 5 minutes, I know that I can get it translated into those languages. Then for if I'm doing a longer video, I want to try to go above 6 minutes or above. And the reason for that is because whenever I repurpose to YouTube, if you want to get mid-roll ads placed on your YouTube videos, if I'm not mistaken, it's now 6 minutes plus to be able to get that extra mid-roll ad to hopefully get some better YouTube monetization there. And then I also try to limit my videos to below 15 minutes. And that's because Pinterest doesn't allow for video, from what I can tell, doesn't allow for videos above 15 minutes. And so those are some of the parameters that I keep in mind whenever I'm filming my content. I think that anywhere from 5 minutes to 5 minutes and 59 seconds is like the worst space that I can be in. And so just because like you don't get the mid-roll and I gotta pay extra to be able to get it translated. So some of the things that I've thought through as I'm, playing around with all these different tools and social media posts, that's kind of what I've come up with. But I do want to have a caveat to that is saying don't try to like keep talking in your videos to just bloat them out with junk, because then you're not providing more value to the viewer anymore, and they're just going to abandon your video at whatever point. You may not even get to that mid-roll ad, right? So you want to make sure that you are continually providing value. Just at least for me, I try not to stop in that 5 minute to 6 minute mark. Hopefully that helps someone. I don't know if it does.
And Sandy asked a follow-up question, said, I thought mid-roll ads on YouTube require 8 minute minimum.
So I thought that they had lowered it to 6 minutes, and I could be wrong about that. I'm not 100% sure. I should definitely go and double check that. I thought like a year or so ago they said that they were lowering it to 6, but maybe someone can double check the stats on that.
Oh,
But yeah, 8 was the minimum like for a long time.
good, good, good. Now, the last thing I'm going to share with you guys, and then I'll let you guys go. Of course, we don't have a 2 p.m. call today. So you guys, enjoy the rest of your time. But I have seen something and it made me pay attention to this person's page. We've often talked about this whole idea of using promo codes and how some people's like it's too much of a hassle. I'm not finna do all that. Who's actually doing this? And so I saw somebody that's doing it. I don't know if it's been beneficial for them, and I'm going to tell you why. And I realized that I was doing this and was like, I wonder how many other people are doing it. So the person is sharing promo deals. And so they're like showing you the product, they're showing you the price that it is, they're showing you the promo code and where to put the promo code in, and then they're telling you how much it costs after the price drop. Now, first and foremost, I thought we weren't supposed to talk about price. So that's one thing. That's this is why I tell you guys pay very close attention to who you follow and want to repeat people doing stuff. I did, yeah, did it, right? Listen, you see the comments coming up. They're like, wait a minute. And even if I wish those of you watching the replay could have saw the faces across the screen, kind of go, we're not doing that. But the person is doing promo deals, and it's the promo coupons, and the coupons work. But I would want to know, and this question was actually asked earlier, I would want to know if people are actually clicking on their information. So they have they're like, oh yeah, and you can get the direct links in my, in my bio. But here's the thing, me being me, because I already am a content creator on the platform and I am somebody who uses Amazon, I know that there's other ways for me to actually look up a product. So, listen, just me being me, I saw the video and was like, "Oh, that's cool." Screenshot the product, screenshot the promo code, and then I just went to Amazon and used the lens feature, and I found the product, put in the product code, and then I was like, I wonder if this is beneficial for them. But it was like natural, because if I see something, I'll take a screenshot or I'll take a picture of something, and you just go to Amazon and put it in. So with that being said, how beneficial is it to do videos like that and share a promo code? But also, again, the price, we got a no on the price piece is a no. We've Those of us that have been in the program for a while, we're like, anytime you see somebody talking about a price, you immediately like start to cringe and back away. And I've seen them have a bunch of videos that they post. I think they post a video every day. I would want to know how beneficial this is.
Altavis, if
Mhm.
I mention prices on some of my promo codes on Facebook. I don't do the Instagram garbage, but because I want to link with the post, I don't want go to my profile or click or all that crap. I want it right there. If you post a price, if you post, I do a lot of promo codes on my stuff. If I do it as soon as that or discount or flash sale or any of that is over, you must remove that content from the public. So it's a pain in the butt, because what I do when I make a post, if you're going to try this, be smart about it. When you make your post, when you know the end date for that promo. If I don't know the end date, I don't include it. I only do ones I know the end date. So I put in my post, my links, my hashtags, whatever I want. And down below, I put 5/12 of 26. So I know I can scan through them and know when it's going, if it's ended. Do I sometimes miss one for a little bit? Yes, but that is extra work that I despise, but you can do it. So when it comes to a holiday, specials, Black Fridays, things like that, where how long that's going to last, that's super easy. You can go, you can put your promo codes in, you can put your 10% discount, because if you write got 10% discount, well, you better know when the hell it's going to end and get it down when it's done. So, and I also put in there, if the promo code doesn't work, the deal has ended. This can end at any moment without notice. Now, that's just for a little bit of my own protection, so Joe Blow doesn't come in and, it, they've ran out of the product, or the company has changed something. And they're going to start screaming at me of what a dirty, rotten person I am. So that's my own protection, but that won't protect you from Amazon. So if you're going to do it, and you're going to do price, coupons, discounts, specials, anything, get them off ASAP when that sale is over. So if you just see something, and when I go to some product pages and I see they have a special going, I'm very leery of putting that out because it does not have an end date. So there you go. I happen to have some contacts that send me list of how long promos are on for. So that's a benefit I have. Some of your creator connections, when you go in and read them, they will say promo code this, and it's for 20%, and it ends here. It's not the same dates as it may not be the same dates as the creator connections campaign. They may just have 2 weeks in that 6-month campaign that they're going to do a special. So pay attention and be smart, because millions of people do it and don't get caught. But if you're the one that gets caught, that's your bank account, your wallet. Don't worry about what others are doing. Do it right, and take the extra time and be cautious.
That part. And Cheryl made a couple different points that I want to make sure that we highlight. For one, the fact that again, on Facebook you can add the direct link now, so that is beneficial for you. But also, look at what she said. Listen to that breakdown. She said, "I add the direct link. I also am putting the end date for the actual promo code, so I know when to go back and delete it. And then on top of that, I'm also putting in there, hey, this may change." Because somebody even put it in the comments. It may not even be, the promo may not even be the same depending on where they are. So it may not even work for them. So I love that you said that as well. And if you are live streaming, yes, we can use promo codes on live streams as well. There's a space for you to put the promo codes in. But I know Cheryl about to come up with something. I have not used promo codes in a long time on live streams. So it used to be an interesting journey with those promo codes. And they wouldn't allow you to, like, it wouldn't come up if it wasn't valid. So you had that whole shenanigan where they would give you a promo code, but it wasn't valid yet, so you couldn't put it in if you pre-did. Like if you set up your live stream ahead of time, it was a lot.
If you use a promo code on your live stream, that cannot be used as a clip, not on Amazon, not on YouTube, not anywhere else, because that promo code will have ended. We used to do live streams when it was the Wild West, and we'd go, hey, it's on special, and we didn't give a shit. But things have changed. So therefore, even us old people have had to change, even though it hurts. It really hurt our bank accounts, as Altaviz knows, and David and a few others. When you could make 4 figures a month just on doing live streams. But if something is on special, and you're on a live stream on Amazon and you want to throw that in, my suggestion, because I edit them down, so you're talking about you can buy this universal remote control and you tell all about it. And then you take a break and then you go, if you're watching live right now, this is on a special. Now, we don't know. That special can end at any moment. So go and grab it. If it's not there, sorry, you missed it. We have no control over that. But, and you can do that on your live stream. Leave a space. So when you go make your clip to either put on Amazon or YouTube or wherever, you have a cut mark to cut that out. So yes, promo codes, I don't use them on live streams. I don't even say price anymore. If something's on discount, I may mention it, I may not, because I'm really not that invested into it at the moment.
Yeah, on the live stream, I'll mention that it's a current sale, like especially if it's like a limited deal sale. I'll say, okay, well, currently they have it on like a limited deal sale, but we don't know when that'll end. So if it's something you're interested in, then get it while it's on the deal. But outside of that, I'm like, even when it comes to the promo codes, we get promo codes sometimes in creator connections, but there's also a section on Amazon where you can go and get all the promo codes. And when I tell you that is a jungle, you would much it would be much easier for you to get through the Amazon with no compass than to get through that list of promo deals and be able to find something that you can actually promote sometimes, because it's pretty overwhelming, um that part. It's pretty overwhelming, especially if you've never gone and actually gone through that list before. It is a lot of stuff, and it gives you ways to filter it. But even when you filter it, man, it's pretty overwhelming. So if you find some way to be able to go through those, and you see some that you can actually use and be beneficial, go for it. But understand that you got some things to go through as well. So amazing tips for your live streams, amazing tips for when it came to YouTube channels, amazing tips when it came to making some clips and putting them on social media. But also those promo codes. And again, you still will see people do stuff, and you got to kind of give it the side eye, like, wait, what? Okay. And some of those deals, they may end immediately. Some of those they may not. And especially if you're doing multiple deals per one video, then yeah, if they're all ending on that same date, then you can just go back and delete it. Um, I listen, it's always interesting when you see some of the things that people do when it comes to this program. The longer you are in the program, the more you will see. The more you will see. So with that being said, I think I got to all of the comments and everything that I had on my list to share with you guys. If there was something else and you weren't able to ask it, you can always again go into the group and ask the question. Or if you're watching this via the replay, go into the comment section and ask your question there. But you can ask it in the group because all of us are in the community and you can get the answers right there. Just tag whoever it is that you're asking the question for. Thank you so much to Emmy, the team behind the scene, AHUD. Thank you to those that stepped up and were on camera today, Stephanie and Cheryl and Lane. Appreciate y'all guys. But also appreciate all of you in the comments. Y'all rocked it out with all these comments today and all the feedback. We look forward to seeing what you do. You got to see what some others are doing in the community and hear, what's working for them. If you haven't gotten started with having a consistent flow when it comes to producing the content, uploading the content, live streaming, whatever it is you're doing, promoting on social media to bring them to Amazon, this is the time to get into that. Uh, Find that thing that you're going to do and rock it out until the end of the first quarter. So that way you can have some numbers to see how well it, or if it's not doing well at all for you and your platforms. With that being said, oh, you're welcome. I appreciate y'all. Um, uh, they said in the chat, I appreciate these meetings every week. Have a great weekend, everyone. Definitely have a great weekend. Looking forward to seeing you guys next week, same time, 12 p.m. for our regular 12 p.m. session and 2 p.m. for our Logi session. See ya.
Bye, y'all. Have a good day.